On this journey about modeling interior design, it made me realize how bad taste I have.
Hi, I'm Crystal, the founder of Desai. We are working on building a furnishing platform allowing you to furnish and create your perfect home within minutes.
Hi, I'm Laurent. I'm the engineer in Desai, and I'm responsible to make everything work smoothly.
Hi, I'm Bernardo. I'm head of AI at Desai, which means I'm responsible for anything AI related, training our models, gathering our data, and just making our product come to life.
So Desai is a furnishing company aimed to make it very easy for you to create your dream home within minutes with your perfect style, your perfect taste, your budget, and also any other requirements you might have. Our ambition is we have trained proprietary kind of foundational models for furniture, so we understand them perfectly and know exactly how to recommend you the perfect furniture at the right time. Our aim is to capture generally the market globally. Just in Europe, 32 million people a year move house and need to furnish their home. It's taking them on average more than a year. We want to solve that. So originally, most of the team are actually builders from London. So our background is actually having built a computer vision unicorn, one of the first for that matter, in London. And for Desai, we chose Luxembourg as a home for three main reasons. The first one is the Luxembourg government is so supportive and generous, whether it's through grants or machines like MeluXina, in ways that people don't even realize. The second is, if you look at Europe, the main markets are mostly France, Germany, the UK, and being sitting right in the middle of it, Luxembourg is incredibly well positioned for that. And then finally, it's incredibly exciting to see an ecosystem starting to build in the country with more and more founders, more and more technical people and developers, and of course, supercomputers. The models we are building are computer vision models based on images. And you have to imagine we are building incredibly big, more or less foundational type models, just specialized on furniture to understand everything about furniture. You can't just do this as a wrapper or like with some fine tuning. You actually need heavy machinery for this. And that's why we consider ourselves very, very lucky to be able to have access to MeluXina to be able to do this. Another point as well is from a support perspective, obviously unit economics are incredibly important in the AI world. And building models that are not only effective in the lab, but also can be turned into a business, both from an efficiency, but from a cost perspective, is surprisingly hard for these big models. So having expertise and expert support from the people here is incredibly key to success. The biggest limitation to start with is data. So very often, if you want to enter a space and build your own models, it will probably have to be with data that is not publicly available, or the big players would have already done it. So data is the first challenge, which is a good and a bad thing, I guess. The second one is talent. So truly building very high-performing proprietary computer vision models is quite a specialized task, which requires a lot of in-depth knowledge, and it's nearly more of an art than a skill. And finally, the last one is compute. So, as I said before, training these models takes a lot of compute because they are computer vision models at a very, very large scale, training on millions of images. And it's key to have the right compute to be able to support that without the machines crashing. My advice would actually be, Luxembourg is doing so much today in terms of grants, MeluXina, even incentives for people moving to Luxembourg to attract as many people as possible. My advice would actually be advertise it more. Luxembourg does so much already and is already so incredibly generous. I would say just go out there, advertise it more, and make sure you attract not only top talents, but also top tier founders. So if I had to share 3 pieces of advice, the first thing would be to actually focus on something that people need. So I call this the gadget test. If it's not actually a pain, but just a gadget, and nice to have, then it's probably not worth investing in building big models behind it. The second one is keep an eye on your unit economics. So AI is not traditional software. It's expensive to build, it's expensive to run. That's incredible as long as someone is willing to pay for it. And finally, the third one is if you truly want to build something groundbreaking, I would definitely consider investing in use cases that the big models can't do yet and really come out with a new model that is incredibly exciting and can do things that others can't, basically. Okay, fun fact. In French, somehow the models struggle to differentiate between chaise and chaise longue, which we didn't really expect, but we're working on.